Hi, I'm Joy, and today I would like to explore Aries. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac, and it is the spark of life. It is cardinal, meaning that it initiates and creates, and it's fire, meaning it's spirit, it's passion, it's enthusiasm, it's essence, it's fire. So when it comes to Aries' expression of energy, everything that happens is very direct, very now, very simple. Aries is the simplest sign in the entire zodiac. And it's also very direct, and it's all about action. Action is a big theme for Aries. Decisiveness is another big theme, and in fighting for whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. So let's take a look at the higher and lower expression of Aries. Aries is, like I said, the simplest. People call Aries selfish sometimes, and in a way it is, because there's this like just pure Aries has this lack of consideration for others. It's opposite Libra, and Libra is all about considering other perspectives and weighing everything out and being fair. Aries is opposite of that, and it's not about weighing anything out. It is about just doing the thing right now. And as a result, it can be impatient, and the selfishness um, isn't like the type of selfishness that's like, well, I know you want that, but this is what I want, and I'm like better than you, or what I want is more important to me. It doesn't consider any of that. It's just like, this is what I'm doing. Go. Like, there's not a lot of thought. It's opposite an air sign, so there's not a lot of thought there. The thought happens in the air sign, Libra. Um, and not a lot of consideration for how things are going to turn out if I do the thing, just do the thing. And that's the lower expression. There was an episode of a show called The Last Kingdom where the main character, I think it's Uhtred, um, he was upset about something, and he wanted to address the situation, and he barged into the situation against the advice of multiple other people telling him, like, this is a bad idea, you need to just wait. And he barged in, did the thing, and it turned out terribly for him. If he had just considered someone else's perspective, or listen to what other people were offering in terms of their thoughts on the matter, or even just like taking a moment to like weigh out the situation properly, he wouldn't have done that. He would have waited literally like an hour or two and approached the situation a little bit more calmly, and it would have turned out very, very differently for him, but he didn't. He was in like full lower expression Aries mode of just barging right in, doing the thing, like not even hearing what anybody had to say, and making a lot of trouble for himself. And the character also has a lot of the positive qualities of Aries, but like if you're looking for a good example of like what could possibly go wrong with this very direct energy, he's a good example. It's a good show to check out if you're curious about like what like a heavy Aries focus looks like in a person. And when I say heavy Aries focus, I don't necessarily mean Aries sun, because like we all have all of the signs in us, and we express them differently at different times. But when somebody is expressing Aries, it's always going to have a unique mix of like their own placements and like their own houses, and how it relates to the rest of their chart. But this video is about just like pure Aries, basically. So I can't say like, oh, that character is definitely Aries sun. I don't know. But there's definitely like he's definitely a strong example of what heavy Aries influence looks like in a person. So in any case, that would be the lower expression. That would be what it's like when Aries is not being properly balanced out with its opposite, which is Libra. So what does the higher expression of Aries look like? Well, the higher expression of anything, not just signs, anything, is going to incorporate a little bit of its opposite in it, at least a little bit. If it's, more balanced, it could even be better. But basically, when it comes to Aries and Libra balance, Aries can make the decision, can do the thing, is very, very resilient. Because with Aries, it's the beginning of a cycle. It's like birth or even like rebirth. If the cycle is already gone around the zodiac and it's restarting again at Aries, and there isn't much consideration for the past. There's a clean slate with Aries, like all the time. So Aries can just like make a fresh start whenever, and not get weighed down by a lot of stuff. It can just like be present in this moment and just do the thing. And with the higher expression of Aries, there's that decisiveness and ability to take on challenges and to be resilient. However, there's also the ability to know when to wait, to know when to listen to other people's perspectives or consider what other people's perspectives might be on the situation, to weigh out different ideas and know when it's not yet time to act. And then when it's time to act. There's another important consideration with Aries and Libra, and that is that they're both yang. So both of them are very outward. They're very, like, it's energy going outward towards the external world. So Libra is about harmony, but it's not the kind of harmony that just like allows anything to happen and just like goes along with it. This is yang energy. This is actively diplomatic or actively thoughtful. Communication falls into the air signs. It's more so a Gemini thing, but all air is about thought and social stuff. Socializing falls into language, which is an air thing. Another thing that you'll see with the higher expression of Aries is while Aries is still going to do what it's going to do, it takes a moment to like stop and talk to people about it and explain what it's doing in a way that's a little bit considerate to other people. And that can make all the difference in the world in terms of how things pan out, how people react to the situation. And it also gives you a chance to maybe get more information about it. If I tell somebody that I'm going to do something, they might say, wait, there's something about the situation that you don't know. And, it gives an opportunity for increased awareness. And none of that takes away from the ability to actually do the thing when it comes down to it. It just provides a little bit of balance, and that is the higher expression, more balanced expression. And another thing that I want to talk about with Aries, and I think this is really important. I know a lot of people who have maybe they're Aries sun, or maybe they just have an Aries heavy chart, and they just don't relate to Aries descriptions at all. And I actually have 3 personal planets in Aries myself, and like I'm not this like fighter that just like goes out and like steamrolls people all the time like that. I don't lose my temper that anymore. I don't lose my temper often, but there are other things in my chart that kind of help to negate that heavy Aries presence in my chart. But there's still an important thing about Aries that I think a lot of people don't get, and that's that Aries isn't just about like fight. Like Mars kind of is. Like Mars is about fight and action, but Aries, not necessarily. Like I said, it is rebirth energy or birth energy. You know, it's like it's not tied down by the past. It's just like doing the thing now. And or you know, for higher expression, doing the thing when the time is right, waiting until there's clarity and then doing the thing. um, and that, you know what, I want to go back to that because I think that's another very important thing about Aries. It's that um, there is this ability to take action. In lower expression Aries is going to be like, I want to go, 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 do. I need to do something like now. It's making me anxious that I that I can't apply my energy in some direction. And the higher expression of Aries knows how to channel that energy into other things instead of um, getting wound up about it and then making a decision just to like do something and not like sit there and like just, you know, feel like feel all pent up or all caged up. um, so the key is that like there is this ability to take action when the time is right, but there's this understanding that when the time is right there will be clarity about it. And this understanding that if there's not clarity about it yet, that doesn't mean you just do something, anything, so that you don't have to like deal with it anymore, so you don't have to sit in uncertainty. It means that you wait with the knowledge that when the time is right to act, you'll know it and you can do it then, whatever the thing is. Then maybe you don't know what the thing is yet, and that's fine. That just means it's not time to act yet. So, or even if it is, even if you do know what it is, that doesn't mean it's time to act. When the time is right, you'll know it. If you just like stay present and wait until there's clarity, you will know when it's time to do the thing and what that thing is and how to do it, and it'll turn out a lot better. And I am definitely speaking from personal experience on this one. So going back to the thing about Aries not being just all about fight, Aries, I think more than anything, is just about action, about doing, about going. And that doesn't necessarily mean that there has to be a clash with other people. Aries can be a very childlike energy. It's like what I was saying earlier about how it's not selfish, like, this is mine, I want this, my desires are more important than your desires. It's not like that. It's just like, go, you know, do. It's a little bit like a baby in that regard. You know, think of a toddler that just wants to like explore the world, and you know, it's not like trying to hurt you. It just wants to climb the stairs, or it just wants to see what happens when it drops this item off the side of the counter. You know, whatever the case might be. You know, it just wants to explore, go, do, and test its strength. It wants to live. You know, it's all about the spark of life. So with Aries, there can be this enthusiasm and this childlike playfulness, and it's not like a cutesy kind of playfulness. It's just the spark of life. You know, it's enthusiasm and spirit and action. It's action. And yep, I think that's about all I want to say about Aries for now. So if you have a lot of Aries in your chart and this sheds some light on how Aries might manifest for you, go ahead and leave a comment. And you know, if there's something that doesn't quite resonate, I'm interested in hearing about that too. I like to hear about people's experiences. And if you don't have much Aries in your chart and you can see how this lack of resilient decisiveness and ability to just like charge forward when it's time to charge forward, you know, how that's lacking in your life, you might be able to just like sit with that energy and, you know, if you can be mindful of its absence in your life, you can mindfully bring it in. You know, our charts aren't just like, this is how it always has to be for me. It's more like, these are my natural tendencies. What can I do to balance it out? So I am interested in hearing about any kind of experience related to what I'm talking about here in this video, or Aries in general. So go ahead and leave a comment, and that'll be interesting. Thank you for watching.